Yo, we live right now. We're going to take a question from Danielito. Dan, what's up? The man, the myth, the legend, the international connector, connoisseur. You the man. I'm so proud of you for having us on the Truth About Tupac, the only cat that I know that rides out every day, 24/7, 365. We're going to hit you up with an asphalt package, a little flat box gift, some of our product placements and sponsors. So your question is, for Mac, how it was recording High Till I Die.
Recording the High Till I Die, man. How was it doing High Till I Die? Man, look, I'm going to just tell y'all, man, we recorded that song at Echo Sound Studio, one famous studio out in Glendale, California. And I'm going to just tell you like this, high till I die, low till they smoke me, shit don't stop till the casket drop. We was high than a motherfucker recording that song. And that's how that song came about, man. We was so blowed in the studio, and we was trying to come up, we had the beat, and we was trying to come up with a hook for it. And all of a sudden, Pop was like, man, I'm high till I die, my nigga. We was like, that's it right there, let's do that. Ooh. So it came, that's how that shit came about, High Till I Die. You feel me? So yeah, man, that was a real, we had a real good time that night in the studio recording that song, man. You know, that was really tight.
Danielito, there you go. You got an official answer to how they made the song, how they felt, because they was high as giraffe pussy. Now,
please believe it.
on another note, everybody want to know how you met Pac.
Wow, man, how I met Pac, man. Actually, I met Pac, it was me and Rated R, man. We met Pac through Coolio, man. Shout out to my boy Coolio, man. That's my brother for life, man, you know. Yeah. Yeah, man, you know, I was good friends with Coolio because I grew up in the same hood as Ice Cube and Dub C, you know what I mean? And
neighborhood.
You already know, you feel me? And, you know, Coolio was in the group with Dub called Mad Circle at the time. So me and Coolio was real tight. And me and Rated R, we had a group called Double Jeopardy. And we was just some young cats trying to shop our demo around and stuff like that. So we gave the demo to Coolio. And, you know, he was moving it around and stuff. And one day he called us and told us, man, I got a surprise for y'all. Come meet me at this hotel next door to the Comedy Store on Sunset. So, you know, we rolled up there, bro, and, you know, we didn't know what to expect, but we rolled up there, knocked on the door, bro. Guess who opened up the door?
Pac himself, the Don.
Wasn't Pac that opened up the door. It was Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Wow.
You feel me? So, and it was so crazy because Tretch didn't know us from nobody, bro, but he embraced us like a long-lost brother, like, man, what's up, homie? Ooh, hugged us like, man, he been knowing us his whole life, man. So the vibe was cool, man. As soon as we walked in, seen some females sitting on the bed, you know, looked around, looked in the corner. Tupac sitting over the corner, right? I'm like, man, that's Tupac, right? So it was crazy because it was like, you know, you got to picture yourself being a young artist trying to get on, and now you in a room with Coolio, Tretch from Naughty by Nature,
and Don Machiavelli himself.
So the shit was like a dream, bro. You feel me? But it was surreal. So it was like we up in there, and I'll never forget, man. They had every drink you want to name sitting on the table. Tanqueray. Yeah. That's when Tanqueray was big. For y'all don't know about Tanqueray, man. Yeah. We was off that Tanqueray. We had Hennessy. We had every drink you could name, bro. Alizé, all that, bro. Passion. You know, we was tossing it up, man, smoking big weed and everything. So, you know, I remember I kicked it off. I was like, man, y'all ain't got no instrumentals in here? And Tretch was like, what, instrumentals? So he called next door to the boy Vinny, the other guy from Naughty by Nature. So he said, yeah, man, bring the tape over here. So it was actually a CD of 1992, their album, but it was the instrumental version. Right. So they threw it on. We had a little boom box of shit. He threw it on. And I ain't lying, bro. We just got into a little cypher and we all was busting. Everybody was busting. Yeah. And, you know, we all freestyling. And, you know, sometimes when you freestyle, you tend to fall off here and there, right? Yeah. Man, God was moving in that room, bro, because me and Runner was spitting like we ain't never spit in our life, bro.
Runner's rated R for y'all that don't know.
Exactly. So we spitting, brrr, brrr, everything locking up, just popping, right? So when it was all over, the boy Tretch was like, man, who y'all fucking with, man? Who y'all on with? We was like, man, we just trying to get on. So, you know, again, he called Vinny over, like, man, bring some T-shirts and this and that. So he brought us some Naughty by Nature T-shirts. We exchanged numbers. He's like, man, whatever I could do, man, I'm going to try to help y'all get on and this and that, right?
That's wrong.
So on the low, Pac had slid us his number too, right? So we didn't even really look at it till we got in the elevator. When we got in the elevator, we looked at it and stuff, and it said, call me tomorrow, right? So peep this out, bro. This how real God is. We meet Tupac on a Friday. That Saturday, we was out of this house in the valley, and he was running it down to us how he wanted to start this group called Thug Life, and if we wanted to be down. And of course, we was like, hell yeah, we want to be down. So we meet him on a Friday. We out at his house on a Saturday. That Sunday, we in San Diego with him doing a show. That Monday, we in the studio recording our first song. That shit give me a chill just even telling you that, my nigga. I mean, you know, that, and it was just so real, bro. It's
Not
like
even
overnight.
consequences, no coincidence.
No, it was just meant to be, homie. So you know what I mean? And the rest is history, you know?
You know, on another note, I'm really happy to share that moment with you and for you to share that with us because you could feel the chills as well. As you can see, I ain't got them 20-inch guns like you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I got them chills. Man.
Right.
That's a
I see it though.
That's
a
no
real
doubt. Deal.
Yeah.
And a real situation that to this day and time, you know, what artists go through to get signed. And to know that it was divine.
It was. It had to be, bro. Just the way it went down, man.
You know, I wanted to ask you though, you know, when Pac, the way Pac moved and how he moved in others' lives, you know, it was amazing for him to be in so many places and in so many faces. But I also, talking to you, you had mentioned something. You said he never really had a home.
Yeah, well,
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know, with Pac, you know, young, you know, he was born in New York. We all know he was born in Harlem, you know, in the Bronx, actually, excuse me.
It's all right.
But, you know, moved from there to Baltimore, to the Baltimore area. From Baltimore, he moved to the Bay, you know what I mean? And from the Bay, he moved to the West Coast, to down here, you know, in South Central, you feel me? But the thing was, like, as much as Pac was a leader, Pac was a follower too, you feel me? Because Pac never had a base. He never had no day one niggas. You know how you got your sandbox niggas you went to elementary school with and you still know them because y'all all stayed in the same town this whole time. You know what I mean? So Pac had different people he dealt with through different places. He never had no one home that he could call his home. You know what I mean? So he encompassed all these different cultures from all these different areas. True. That's why he was able to blend with everybody. And what I mean, and what I mean by being a follower, bro, is like you into a new hood, so you gonna follow their ways and you gonna adapt to their ways. You dig what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I mean? So
you adapt to your environment.
You adapt to your environment. But one thing I can say though about my dude, man, rest in peace, that once he landed on the West Coast, he fell in love with this shit out here, boy. And that's why he banged that West. That's why when you see Pac, he always threw the dub up. That boy was born on the East Coast. He stayed in Baltimore. I mean, and his heart was in the East Coast too. He loved the East Coast. Don't get it twisted. But he loved the West Coast.
Do you think that he favored the West Coast so much because when times got rough, I mean, those were the actual cats that always embraced him and was there for him.
Yeah, that, most definitely that, and just our culture, bro. Pac was a militant. You know, Pac was a hard nigga from heart. You know what I mean? Good dude, but with the business. His mama was with the business. You know when your mama with the business, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be with the business, you feel me? So, and from a militant standpoint, but what he liked about the West Coast is our gangsterism. You dig what I'm saying? What he got from the Bay was that hustle shit. You know, them niggas on their hustle shit. They on their pimp shit up there. They on their fly shit up there. You feel me? So he got his hustle and his grind, I believe, a lot from the Bay when he was up in the Bay, you feel me? But when he came down here to the South, to Southern California, we with that gangster shit. You know, niggas is out here killing.
Talk about it, be about it.
We with that real shit, my nigga, and he gravitated toward that too. You understand me? And you know,
he had been through a lot though when he came through. I mean, all the people from the East Coast at that time, a lot of the homies like he was rolling with, Stretch and all them turned on him. A lot of them is, you know, became grimesters instead of gangsters.
Right. And then like you were saying too, like, you know, we was the niggas that really had us back though, bro. You know what I mean? And I would tell Pac a lot, you know what I mean? That nigga ain't for you. This dude ain't for you. Cause a lot of dudes would come around us, bro, to just be around us and try to be, you know, get up under his wing and try to
look when he was locked up. Nobody came there for him but Suge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the crazy part about it too, man. You know, this what I was telling our producer right here, bro, that out of all the people, all these actors and people that had big money that claim they love Tupac, when my boy went to jail, didn't nobody stand up and bring no money to bail that boy out, man. You know what I mean? And then, you know, it took somebody like Suge to get him out, and then, you know, he ends up on death row or what have you, and you know, the rest is history, bro. But I'm just saying, he had, anybody could have bailed him out, bro.
Thank you.
Anybody. You know what I'm saying? So nobody came through, like you said, but Suge. So, you know, it is what it is, you feel me? But, you know, again, man, you know, it's just a shame my boy ain't here, because I'm going to tell you, for him to be 25 and be as influential as he was, I mean, you know, the sky was the limit, bro. And, you know, again, you know, our producer asked me earlier about the Paul Watson. Shout out to Paul Watson.
Big P3.
You know, and the conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it of was it even bigger than just the fight in Vegas and this and that. And to be honest with you, just to have it on tape and on the record, I truly believe that it was bigger than that. You know what I mean? Because just like John F. Kennedy, just like Martin Luther King, just like Malcolm, these are all influential people that had power over the masses. And at the time of Pac's death, he had power over the masses. I'm talking about black, Mexican, white, Asian. Everybody loved Pac, bro. And then Pac said, look, man, we need to get together and we need to go paint the White House black. Niggas would have really been ready to get together and go try to paint the White House black. You feel me?
I love what you said about that, because in a conspiracy, there's always more than one killer.
Yeah, please believe it. But do you get what I'm saying? So if he was like that at 25,
where would he be?
At 35 or at 45. You dig what I'm saying? So the people,
and he was going into politics.
The people could project and see, wow, this kid got this much power now. If we let him keep going, ain't no telling what he might do.
We call him not just a revolutionary, an evolutionary.
True that. I believe that, no doubt.
And that's a real important message here on the Truth About Tupac. I hope you enjoyed this segment with Macadoshis, the realest cat that I know, that's steadily out here on the block, carrying the thug life torch, keeping it alive. Because everybody that's in this struggle gonna bubble.
Please believe it.
Believe in yourself, if you continue to persevere for yourself and look at yourself and be real to yourself. If there's one thing I could say about Macadoshis, my man has always had a plan, and that's what makes him the man and a friend.
I appreciate you, bro. I love you too, little bro.
I see you on the block. Anybody want to holler, get your dog life right, get your about that life right.
You already know.
Get your game tight. Come see my man coaching kids in the football league. You want to get your game and your shirts.
You know,
what's the website?
I'm going to tell you like this. Well, basically, you know, you can get at me on IG at the Instagram at OG Bossmac. And then you can check me out on Facebook at Bossmac Bullies. Y'all keep that in y'all mind, Bossmac Bullies. And don't forget about that dog Wu-Tang. He the one to be looking out for. You want a nice bully, if you got a female and she's going in the heat, call me, get at me on IG, and I'm going to hook you up with a stud fee for that boy Wu-Tang if you want you a nice dog. You want to get you some fly T-shirts and you into this fitness, get at me about that life. Off that Instagram, I'll hook you up with some T-shirts. And look out for them Carson Ravens. We coming. Yeah, you know what I mean? Mighty Mites, Tiny Mites, Junior Pee-wees, we taking over. Junior Pee-wees, all that, we doing that at the Carson Ravens. Look out for that boy, Dion, a.k.a. Boogie Rivers. That's my son. 17 touchdowns last year, over 1,000 yards rushing. We coming to double up on that this year, man. Y'all look out for that kid, man. He gonna be doing big things, man. I appreciate y'all. Salute. Thug life for life, baby. This is for the people that's really dedicated to the lifestyle, not the weekend warrior or the guy that's coming in the beginning of the year and say, oh, I'm gonna work out and blow up and then he's gone after a week. This is for people that's really dedicated to it.